And we're starting, of course, the newspaper conversation this morning with the Daily Trust here in Nigeria. And, of course, pretty interesting stories that you can find there. The big one there says how Nigeria borrowed 225 trillion naira in 20 years. It says the country earned 114 trillion naira in the same period. Oil producing states raked in 9.67 trillion naira special revenue. And experts say the trend is worrisome. Also, with, of course, Salah still parts of the conversation, and Saru preaches rebellion against government in Kaduna. How we buy goods with fake bank alerts, says a suspect. And also 2023, Afenifere leader Adebanjo insists on Igbo presidency. All right, a man kills and sells body parts of 71-year-old woman in Ogun State. That's the bottom of the page there on the Daily Trust. We can also see here inflation, epileptic power, cost of diesel erode gains of doing business. Nigeria records 7 million new broadband subscribers in 7 months. And bandits attack Salah celebrants, kill 1, abduct 2 in Katsina. Top of the screen, you can also find, of course, the continued countdown of the Bethel Baptist High School kidnapping and the days that they have been in captivity. It's 374 days now, while we are still talking about elections and politicking. We still have Nigerians in captivity. Just a quick reminder over there. Those are the big ones on the Daily Trust this morning.
And let's move over to the Punch newspaper, still here in Nigeria. On the big page, the big story there says, police declare war on vote buyers, deploy detectives. We did mention during the breakfast headlines that the elections are coming, and now the police has declared war. We have mobilized FIB operatives against vote buyers, says Force PRO. Over 23,100 security officials deployed as Osun prepares for governorship poll. Oshibajo, Aregbesola absent. Tinubu APC governors rally support for Oyetola. And at the bottom of the paper we have 18 Catholic priests kidnapped, 3 killed in 2022. Sad news on page 17. Nigeria records 27 cases of vaccine-derived polio. What does that even mean? So basically they didn't have access to the vaccine. Is that what it is?
Vaccine-derived?
Yeah. Or is it that they're contracting the polio from the vaccine? We should check out that story on page 13. I'm probably bringing an expert to have that conversation. Akindele, Jando's running mate, promises women better deal on page 17. Yesterday, social media was abuzz with the announcement of Funke Akindele, the Nigerian actor, now being the official deputy governorship candidate for Lagos State, the PDP party, of course.
I really want to have that conversation, and I hope that we can pull it off this week, and understand what's going on with, what the PDP plans for Lagos State. Because I mean, if you look at the reactions to it, it's not just me. If you look at the reactions to it, and everybody felt it was a movie. Or not everybody.
At first. I mean, it's something that is typical when it comes to entertainers. People would always assume, is it a skit? Is it a movie? So they never take it serious at first, until we did see her announcement video. Yeah,
but the reason they wouldn't take it serious, the reason that there were so many people, comparing that with the movie that she did, Your Excellency, is because the PDP itself, doesn't seem to be a serious party in Lagos. That's why. And that's why you would see those reactions. It really, and I'm hoping that we can pull in a representative of the PDP to have that conversation with us on television, to know what's going on with the PDP in Lagos State and why, their clout seems to have fallen so bad that, the response of people to their declaration of their governorship candidate and deputy governorship candidate, is laughter.
Well, there are people that are actually excited about this. On the one hand, because she's a woman, right? So there are women who are generally excited about the fact that a woman is coming to a seat of power, a woman is representing us. I mean, the paper's headline says she promises a better life for women. So there are women that are excited about this. A lot of her fans are super excited about this. I think the most important thing would be to look at the manifesto. What is she bringing to the table? What is being offered? So these are the things that we have to look at. But it's important to have this conversation. Like you said, we should be able to pull up the conversation during the week. Stop lobbying for postings. National Assembly warns workers. One-way drivers worsen Lagos Ibadan road gridlock travelers stop. They worsened traffic everywhere in Nigeria. One-way drivers. Christian tickets would have set Nigeria on fire, says cleric Ayedogbo on page 7. 3 more stories here. Muslim ticket, a disastrous error, says ex-SGF Lawal. Nupeng threatens solidarity strike with ASU, and the strike goes on. And it goes on and on and on. That's what it's looking like now. It's a music video. Nigeria blame Nigerians for voting bad leaders. Goats don't vote, says Senator. And update there. Oil falls below $100. That's all we can take on the Punch newspaper.
All right. Let's go to Uganda now and see what we can find on New Vision. It says here 8 billion shillings released for program. That's on page 5. And the program we're talking about here is a mandatory reskilling for all teachers. Also, UPDF senior officers get salary increment on page 7. And you can see, of course, that word, pretty well. Senior 2 to 3 work physics, Kiswahili, and biology. You can read more on that, at the top of the screen there on the New Vision newspapers. New tax penalties shake businesses. And also Uganda to host next Pan-African Congress. And there's more on that on the New Vision this morning. You can see also a picture there of President Yoweri Museveni with the Executive Council of the Global Pan-African Movement of State Houses, Entebbe, on Monday. The council delegation, of course, was led by Major General Kahinda Otafire. But, of course, on page 6 on the New Vision, you can find more on that.
All right, now let's move over to Kenya, where the Star on Kenya, the front page of the Star, we see tycoons throw multi-million dinner for Raila. Tycoons throw multi-million dinner for Raila. Insiders say remaining 25 days, the most consequential phase of the contest. We're counting down the days towards Kenya's official elections for the presidency. And so we see who will then take up the seat. And we still have some stories here. Ex-City Finance boss escapes 12, Ex-City Finance boss escapes 12 years in jail. That's on page 2. Unclear agenda. Why the state blocked MP's special sitting on page 6. And the final story here. He woke up in Nairobi and died close to his people on page 10. This is tribute to a loved brother. Condolences to the families of the bereaved. And you can see a photo of a man there crying. Emotional KU boss says days numbered over land standoff. All these stories on the front page of the Kenyan newspaper. You can get yourself a copy if you like to find out the details. But that's all that we can take for now.